Hey, Awkward Situation Team, it's Matt, and it's Saturday, and it's not my day today, but I was so excited about Jessica's challenge that I decided to do it early, just because I actually like it, Jessica. So, let's start with that. Bonnie, of course, took mine. It was when we had the day on the town when, we made pottery for Erica, and we went to McDonald's, and we walked around, we went to the Irwin Garden. It was so much fun. And it's kind of like, yeah, we're best friends now. It's like declaration. But then also, my favorite defining moment was when Bonnie, we were driving back to my house, you were dropping me off, and then you told me your secret, but that you told everyone eventually, and it made me happy because I knew that you could trust me and then I could trust you, and solid. John, defining moments for me and you would probably be when you invited me to your Halloween party freshman year, which was my first party in high school that I went to, and we should make him a shirt that says Woot on it. And so I was like, oh yeah, okay. And so we got a shirt and put Woot on it. And at your Halloween party, I gave it to you, but it was kind of like, oh, it's a shirt that says Woot. Anyway, very defining moment. But yeah, that's the first. Anyway. Jessica. I think my favorite defining moment was when I was a wuss, believe it or not, sophomore year in Mrs. Hand's class, and we had just gotten our essays back from Crime and Punishment. We were supposed to do 4, and I only did 3. And I was like, man, I don't know if I should ask her if I can do the last one or anything like that. And so you're like, yeah, go ahead and ask her. I was like, no, I'm too scared, I can't do it. She's like, oh my god, I'll just do it, Matt. And so she marched up there, and she's like, okay, I know this guy who did 3 out of the 4 essays, and I was wanting to know if he could do the 4th one. And Miss Ant's like, no. But it still made me really happy, Jessica, that you would stand up for me and do that for me. Very defining. Erica. I think my favorite defining moment with Erica was when, after we had that huge fight, I wrote a note to you, but then I didn't think you, for 2 weeks you didn't give me anything, and I was like, crap, it didn't, crap. And, but then, no, I did get a note from you, and I remember I took the note, and I was at my mom's house, and I went out into the middle of the woods, and I hadn't opened it, and I was like, this is like that letter from Cry the Beloved Country. It's very important. I'm ignorant right now. And it was a very powerful moment. And I opened it and I read it, and it was very emotional and all this stuff in the middle of the woods. So that was, yeah. Anyway, so we're friends now. And my favorite defining moment with Krista is, well, 1984 was when I met you, and I always thought you were a sophomore for some reason. And I remember we weren't on stage or anything, and so we walked around North. We were just walking around the hallways, and we were talking about everything, and and that's when I first really got to know you and realized that you're pretty cool. But I think the most defining moment for us then later on would have been music theory, because that's when we really got to know each other and we really had a lot of fun. My favorite is when we were throwing the CD around and you were about to throw it and Mr. Stultz walked in and he coughed or something and you stopped right in the middle of it. And we're like, oh, I'm just gonna put this away. Oh, it was my favorite. And that was also when I thought you had a crush on me, and so I didn't really know what to do. I remember one day we went into this back room together, and you're like, oh, listen to this thing I composed, right? Because we had to compose that, and it was Grieg or whatever. And I remember thinking, you know what? I could ask her out right now. And she'd probably say yes, and I didn't. Because I really liked you then too. And I'm pretty sure you liked me, I think. But I didn't. So, that kind of defines the rest of all of these things, the things that I didn't do. But, anyway. And then also, junior year, pre-calc. This counts for Drew, Erica, and Krista, defining moment, because that really made the Awkward Situation team. We founded that. Krista, Drew, Erica, and I founded Awkward Situation team. We gave it a name. We gave our group the name. Dance I Went On You with Krista was when we went to formal, and we decided, wow, dancing in the middle is dumb. And so I was a retard, and I was like, so, you want to waltz? So we went out into the middle of nowhere, and it was just me and you, and I'm pretty sure people were staring, but I didn't care. It was a lot of fun. That was another defining moment. So, let's see. Oh, next person. Drew, making the German movies with Drew was always fun. Just because, he would always have the crazy ideas and make the scripts always interesting. And after I dressed up in a dress, he tried to get pretty creative with everything and got a little weird. Good thing I didn't do any of those, or I wouldn't be here right now. But, so that was always pretty fun, listening to Drew's ideas. And then also, I remember Super Smash Bros. Brawl just came out, and I went over to your house to play it, and I was supposed to go to Florida, like, the next day because it was spring break, and I stayed there till, like, way past when I was supposed to. And my parents figured out your parents' number, and then they called them, and they got really mad at me, and yeah. But that was defining, because that was a lot of fun. You could also even say that the last time we played DDR together was a lot of fun, defining moment, but whatever. Logan. One of the defining moments that I remember for us was, I don't know if it's defining, but you were driving us back, and there was a school bus, and it had its stop extended, and it was like, stop. And you were like in the second lane over, so you just kept going, and the bus honked at you because you're supposed to stop anyway, and then you're like, what the heck, I'm not supposed to stop, I'm in the second lane. And we're like, Logan. The defining moment was one day, like, I didn't really know that you were very philosophically inclined at all until one day, like junior year, I was like writing down some homework, and I tried to say something philosophical, and then you corrected me and then said something even smarter. And I was like, how did he know that? I was very impressed. And still to this day, I understand, Logan. Very intelligent. Up here. Anyway. So anyway, as I was saying, Matt Vincent, some defining moments with that was formal dinners. We always had formal dinners at Matt Vincent's house, and those were very fun. And the defining moment, I would say, between me and him was when recently was, well, there was a bunch, but most recently was when he got accepted to BYU, and he was taking me home one night, and he decided that he should tell Mrs. Bass at like 10:30 at night that he got into BYU. And so he's like, oh, I know where she lives. She lives in New Broadmoor, I think. And I think it's this house. I'm going to go up to it and look in the window and then see if she's in there. And Patrick defining moments would have been freshman year we had world history together. Then, defining moment that I hadn't thought of that just came to my mind was when I spent the night at your house and you let me listen to all that music, and I felt like, wow, I am not musically inclined. That was awesome. Junior year when Krista, you and me used to all be on MSN until 3 a.m. in the morning or midnight, and we would just talk on MSN, and then one of those nights we had a really philosophical talk, and I have it saved on my computer and everything.